Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Hello, Mark. What are we going to talk about today?
Hello, Howie. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
At our recording, have we hit 3 digits in our thermometer in Las Vegas today?
All this week it will be between 103 and 118, believe it or not.
Wow. Let me know when it gets to like 112. I want to know if you can tell the difference between 103 and 118. All right. So our next installment of the Mastery Series is going to be about individual media types, the characteristics of each, some common mistakes and common myths that surround how dentistry uses these media types. When we say media types, what are we referencing, Howie?
Well, you've got, all kinds. You've got the radio, TV, web video, direct mail, on and on and on. So these are multiple media types, multiple channels. You could look at it that way.
Advertising channels.
Yes.
Okay, so that's basically a media type. So in the next several installments of this series, we're going to take these one at a time and dissect it for you, and then lend our experience and what we see that works and doesn't work within them, and couple that with how we see people using them and the mistakes that they're making when they're using them. You know, it's funny, we run into dentists all the time who say, well, I tried using advertising medium X and it didn't work for me. And Howie and I will both tell you that there are many, many, many right ways to use each media type. And there's even more wrong ways that you can potentially use them and waste your money. So with each one of these, we're going to try to bring forward the best practices the right way to give them a shot. And then give you some examples through the years that we've seen doctors, not use them correctly. So the first one is, well, this is the buzzword through a lot of dentistry these days, and it's social media. So social media, we chose this one first because it has the word media in it. So it is its own media type, very much like the yellow pages of direct mail or radio or what have you, but it's definitely a different media type. Social media it has both attributes. It can be incredibly indirect. In other words, very passive. Your social media page for your business just sits there and waits for people to find it. You'll be a lonely dentist if that's your strategy, but it's still a very passive marketing medium. Very much like your website is a passive marketing medium. Your social media channels can be more aggressive. In other words, you can use them. You can apply a portion to your budget, for instance, on a social media platform such as Facebook. You can create Facebook ads. You can log into your Facebook business page and manage those ads and who sees them. There's a decent targeting in Facebook. Not great, but it's pretty decent. You can control your spending on Facebook with Facebook ads. So there is a way within social media to be both passive and hope people show up and find you, or aggressive and pay to put your Facebook ad or your promotion or your Facebook post and boost that post to a specific targeted audience immediately surrounding your dental practice. So social media, though, has been I don't know if the word overhyped. I think at the beginning of this popularity process, it was way overhyped. And I also believe that dentists are missing, well, probably the biggest value in participating in social media, which really doesn't have anything to do with how many likes you get or how many followers you have on Twitter. The biggest benefit to managing your social media, at least for the last 7 to 8 years, has been to dominate your local search in Google. By having multiple properties on the internet, your website is an internet property. A post to your blog is an internet property, as is your post to your Facebook, as is your post to your Twitter account. Any other social media property, Pinterest, Instagram, all of them are internet properties that your practice could own. And anytime you post content to that, especially keyword rich, relevant dental content, guess who looks at that and finds it and picks it up when another consumer near you is looking for some kind of a dental related search? Google picks it up. And it picks it up rather quickly. It picks up the words, and if it's done properly, it picks up the video. So for years, the biggest benefit of being a participant in social media has been, I'm going to get people to my website. I'm going to, in that local search in your town for a dental related search, I'm not just going to have my website there. I'm not just going to have my Google business page listing. I'm not just going to have my little A, B, C, D, E balloon in the little map. I'm going to have my Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, blog, and Facebook post take up that entire first page of a dental search. And if you don't think that's possible, we have hundreds of customers who would say otherwise. So that's why you initially invest your time and energy, some, not all, some time and energy into this thing we call social media marketing. Once you gain followers, once you advertise and gain likes to your business Facebook page, then of course you have a somewhat captive audience to promote your services to. But that's going to take some time. So between now and then, don't miss out on the biggest initial benefit of being a part of social media, and that is to generate more organic traffic to your practice website. Let's see one of the biggest misconceptions when all the buzz started to happen in dentistry about social media was the dentist thought they would get a Facebook page and a whole bunch of people would like them just because they're likable. And right, remember those days? How do I get likes? And why don't people like me? And why come they don't want to be my friend? And oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
And they thought they were going to post something about Memorial Day and then sit back and wait for the phone to ring because what they posted was so innately interesting, people were just going to dial the phone. That's not what social media is for, not until you develop a good, solid local following to your dental practice. That's going to take a while. And the way you would do that primarily is with paid Facebook ads. A paid Facebook ad is you create the content, and I can throw in a little plug for dentalwebcontent.com here because I know we have Facebook ads. We have the pictures and the framework and the words for proven Facebook ads in dental web content. But that plug aside, even if you do your own ads, that's fine. You get to go choose who sees them, and then you get to go choose how much you want to pay to put those impressions on those local computer, desktop, or phone or tablet screens. So it's more of a pay for impression. Let's say I want to hit 8,000 local viewers, and you're going to pay a certain amount of money, and then Facebook's going to get that impression out to those walls and those timelines until it exhausts your budget. That's how you would use that. That's how you would drive local consumers to your Facebook business page. And once they like your Facebook business page, then you can engage with them. And we have clients that engage directly with their Facebook page. They'll say things like, have a cancellation at 3:30. Anybody want to take it? It's for Jane, the hygienist. If you need a cleaning, give us a call, 1-800 or whatever the local phone number is. And wouldn't you know, if you have enough people who like your Facebook page who are local people will actually respond to a short call list on Facebook. Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah.
this is not, it's not like you need to be the pioneer to see if this works. This works. Okay, so same thing with emergencies too. If you have a bunch of guys who liked your Facebook business page, and you just say something about emergencies, that you're available, even if you're not available 24/7. Tell them when you're available, and tell them that you're willing to see emergencies. Because let's face it, guys, we don't go to the dentist unless it's an emergency, right?
So Mark, I want you to comment on something here. As we know, a dentist's current patients are the best fans, right, or best potential fans.
Absolutely.
So how can a practice, what do they have to do? Can they put a computer in their waiting room, ask people to sign up, sign in, check in? How is that?
Well, 99% of the people that are walking into your office in the reception area, if they have to wait 2 minutes, it's really easy to ask them to use their phone and like your page. This is it's a piece of cake. You don't have to have a tablet. You don't have to have a computer. You don't have to have just the patient's phone, right?
Right.
It's not difficult at all. Some offices will have little contests in their office, right? With a little sign, like our Facebook page this month, and we're going to donate this much to the Child's Heart Foundation or what have you, right?
Right.
You can set it up any way you want, really, but all the patient needs is their phone. It's really easy. Anyway, that's a good idea, Howie. So, all right. So some of the biggest mistakes we've seen over the years, the last 8 or 10 years, I guess, since social media use has become more popular in dentistry. Well, the first one was sitting there staring at the phone, expecting it to ring. Stop. The second one would be expecting to be able to measure the ROI on the time I spend on social media. You need to stop thinking about that too, because you're never going to really be able to justify the ROI with 5 different social media channels, and you're not ever going to really be able to justify how many times Google improved the search rankings for a local consumer and the local consumer finding you. You're never going to know. You're never going to drill down the data that far. So if you're going to put up a wall in front of you and say, well, if I can't directly measure the ROI, I'm not going to participate in social media, then you're kind of defeating the whole process before it even gets started. Would you agree, Howie?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's all mixed in. It's all mixed in with driving. Here's another real enormous, gigantic mistake dentists are currently making than they have for the last couple of years or so. Dentists are relying almost solely on the internet for all their new patients. And they're scrambling into the social media, makes sense. I mean, they count social media as part of the internet, of course, and so do I. And but they're forgetting that 99.999% of all successful websites drive traffic through offline communication. Social media is online communication. Your website is online communication. Google is online communication. That's all online. I want you to think about Amazon.com, Overstock.com. Let's see.
Google
WebMD.
itself.
Right. WebMD. Google itself. Every one of those websites, you were sent to those websites through offline promotion. You didn't know their name until some offline ad told you their name. You did not Google the world's largest online retailer and come up with Amazon.com. You just didn't do it. You saw an ad. You watched it on TV. You might have listened to the radio. There's some offline promotion drove you to their website. So in real life, you have witnessed yourself behaving exactly the same way dental consumers behave, which is, yes, I could find you on the internet. I could find you through your social media channels, maybe. But if I see you on TV or I hear you on the radio or I get this piece of mail in the mail or my friend refers you or whatever, most of the time, your web traffic, the best web traffic you get is driven to you through offline promotion.
You know what, Mark? And that's true. You know what? I still get mail. I get mail from Google.
Right.
All the time.
That's true. That's right.
Google's using direct mail?
We still get mail from AOL.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's a big, big mistake. And then what happens is the doctor shuts off their offline promotion dollar, pours it all into online, and then comes back and says, what happened?
Right.
Well, you stopped what was working. That's what happened. Okay. So anyway, the subject of social media, there's really three basic ways to use and leverage the power of social media to your benefit. Number one is overlooked and actually the most important, and that is to drive additional organic search results to your practice's website. So that's number one. It's also the first one you're going to realize. It's the first one that's going to happen if you do it right. Number two, the ability to use some social media for advertising purposes, and specifically I'm talking here Facebook. You can log on, place your content, place your ad, and control your costs and pay for impressions. So in other words, basically put your information on timelines of the local people that you select. And number three is engagement. Is once you have your once you have your patients up on your Facebook page, you can engage them there. I mean, a Facebook message gets to all your patients who are on your Facebook page almost instantly. So let's say you have an opening at 3:15 for a hygiene visit. You may end up using Facebook as a short call list in the future. So there are many ways to use social media. it is more and more beneficial every day. And we hope you, if you're not on that train, we hope you get on that train. It'll be a fun ride.
Thank you, Mark. I think we'll sign off now. We'll see you next time.
We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.